There is a symbol hidden inside almost every church in the Western world. In the windows, in the doorways, in the architecture. It appears in the oldest Christian art ever discovered. It's in the Freemasons' most sacred diagrams. It was carved into Egyptian temples thousands of years before Christianity existed. And most people, including most Christians, have never heard its name. The Vesica Piscis. 2 circles overlapping, creating an almond shape in the middle. It sounds simple. It looks simple. But what it contains has driven mathematicians, mystics, and architects to obsession for 4,000 years. Let's start with the mathematics, because the mathematics alone should make you stop. Take 2 circles of equal size. Place them so the edge of each passes through the center of the other. The shape created in the overlap, the almond in the middle, is the Vesica Piscis. Now measure the ratio of its width to its height. You get 1 to 1,732. The square root of 3, an irrational number, one that never ends, never repeats. The same ratio appears in the molecular structure of water, in the growth pattern of crystals, in the geometry of the human eye. Ancient mathematicians had no calculators, no computers, no formulas, and yet they encoded this ratio into their architecture, their art, their sacred sites, with precision that modern engineers still find remarkable. Now let's look at where this symbol appears. Look at the shape of a Gothic cathedral window, the pointed arch at the top. That's the Vesica Piscis, or a derivative of it. Look at the doorway of almost any ancient church. The arch above the entrance, Vesica Piscis. Look at the halo around Christ in medieval paintings. Not a circle, an almond shape. That's called the mandorla. From the Italian word for almond, it's the Vesica Piscis, used to contain the divine. In early Christian art, Jesus, Mary, and the saints are depicted inside this almond shape, to show they exist between 2 worlds, the human and the divine, the earthly and the heavenly, the overlap between the 2 circles. Here's one most people know without knowing they know it. The ichthys, the Christian fish symbol, the one you see on car bumpers. That symbol is the outline of the Vesica Piscis. Early Christians used the fish as a secret symbol to identify each other during Roman persecution. But the shape they chose was not random. It was the ancient symbol of the sacred feminine, of creation, of the boundary between worlds. Early Christians knew exactly what shape they were using. They were saying, we believe in the intersection of the human and the divine. In 2 circles meeting, in the space between. The Vesica Piscis appears throughout Freemasonic symbolism. In the compass and square, the most recognized Masonic symbol. The space created between the 2 instruments creates a Vesica Piscis. This was not accidental. The mystery schools of antiquity, the Pythagoreans, the Hermeticists, the builders of medieval cathedrals, all believed the Vesica Piscis represented the moment of creation, the point where 2 become 1, where the seen meets the unseen, where mathematics meets mystery. Cathedral builders encoded this geometry into their structures so precisely that when you stand at the altar of certain cathedrals at specific times of year, the light enters through the windows and creates a perfect Vesica Piscis on the floor. Not by accident, by design. So what was this symbol actually trying to say? Two circles equal overlapping. Think of the first circle as the material world. Everything physical, everything measurable, everything that can be seen and touched. Think of the second circle as the immaterial world. Consciousness, spirit, everything that cannot be measured. The Vesica Piscis is the overlap. The space where matter and consciousness meet. Where your body and your awareness exist together. Where the measurable and the mysterious intersect. Ancient cultures believed that the most important things in human life exist in that overlap, not fully in the physical, not fully in the spiritual, but in the meeting point between the two. Love, meaning, purpose, beauty, all of them live in the Vesica Piscis. The next time you walk into a church, look at the windows. Look at the arches. Look at the doorways. You'll see it everywhere now. The two circles. The almond in the middle. The symbol that says the most important things exist in the space between. Between physical and spiritual. Between human and divine. Between what you can prove and what you know is true. The builders of these spaces knew exactly what they were doing. They were encoding a message into stone, into glass, into the very shape of the doors you walk through. The message was, you are not just a body. You are not just a spirit. You are the overlap. And if you want to discover what else has been hidden in the architecture of the world around you, you already know where to find me.